One dinner. One moment of hesitation. That's all it took to destroy everything. My partner Liam always said he trusted me, until the night he looked into my eyes and saw something he couldn't unsee. Guilt. Unspoken but undeniable. Now, no amount of apologies can fix what I almost did. This is the story of how I lost the love of my life. Over a meal with my boss. Began with a simple email. A message from my boss, Daniel. Let's talk about your promotion over dinner. 7 p.m. at Label. Just the two of us. I stared at the screen longer than I should have. It was harmless, right? Just a dinner. Just work. But I hesitated. And that hesitation should have told me everything I needed to know. Liam had always been uneasy about Daniel. He looks at you differently, he once said, eyes narrowing whenever I brought up my boss. I brushed it off. He's married. Professional. He's just helping my career. But when I told Liam about the dinner, his expression changed. Jaw tightening, lips flattening into a line. Alone. At some upscale place like that. It's just business, I said quickly. He kissed my forehead before I left, but his voice was hollow. Okay. Don't be late. Label was dimly lit and intimate, more suited for anniversaries than performance reviews. Daniel ordered a bottle of wine without asking. As he poured it, his fingers brushed mine. Lightly, deliberately. I laughed too hard at his jokes. Not because they were funny but because I was nervous. Unsettled. Halfway through dessert, I felt his hand slide across the table, fingers curling around my wrist. You're incredible, he said, eyes fixed on mine. You know that, right? Then, slowly, deliberately, his thumb traced the inside of my wrist. Froze. Daniel. He leaned in, voice low. Relax. No one has to know. That moment, barely a breath long, felt like a lifetime. I pulled my hand back. My face burned with shame. I should go. The Uber ride home was a blur. My mind raced. I told myself I did the right thing, that nothing happened. But the truth was, something almost did. And that was enough. Liam was waiting on the couch when I walked in. Arms crossed. Face unreadable. How was business? His words were flat, rehearsed. Trap. My stomach nodded. Fine. Just talked about the promotion. He stood abruptly, eyes narrowing. Then why do you look guilty? I opened my mouth, but what could I say? Nothing happened. It was true. But also, somehow, not. Nothing happened, I whispered. His voice cracked. But you wanted it to. That silence between us was the loudest thing I've ever heard. After a long pause, he said, I trusted you. I really did. But I don't trust him. No. I don't trust you around him either. Begged. I offered to decline the promotion. I swore I'd never see Daniel outside of work again. But Liam just shook his head, eyes filled with something worse than anger, disappointment. It's not about the dinner, he said quietly. It's that you went, knowing how I felt. It's that. You considered it. 2 weeks later he moved out. The promotion came through. Daniel's texts turned cold when I declined his next dinner invitation. And Liam, he blocked my number. Cut me out like a part of his life that needed to heal. Some betrayals aren't about what you do, but what you almost allowed to happen. And for Liam, almost was enough to shatter everything we'd built. Have you ever crossed a line you couldn't uncross? Or been on the other side? Haunted by someone else's almost? Share your story in the comments. Because sometimes the hardest lessons don't come from the steps we take, but from the ones we nearly did.